So in this video, I now want to talk about the scheduling process for booking in sessions with me. So the likelihood is at this point, you have now paid for one of my coaching programs, whether it be the one-on-one pay-as-you-go sessions or the 3-month program or the 6-month program. Now, again, the 3-month program, we would have 6 2-hour sessions together. So there would be a session every fortnight, so every 14 days. And the same on the 6 months, we would be having instead 12 sessions of 2-hour length as well. And they would also be a session every fortnight or every 14 days. So what exactly then is the booking process with me to essentially guarantee that you're going to be having the time slots that you want? And ideally, the more advanced notice I have when it comes to booking in, then the better. Really, the more option and flexibility I can give you in times and days that work for both of us. So to begin with, the pay-as-you-go option, essentially, once you've paid for that session or for however many sessions that you want to then use in your own time and whenever you wish, all you would simply do is drop me an email and we would just via email schedule in a time and date that works for the both of us. The actual session would be over Zoom, so at least then you wouldn't have to worry about traveling anywhere unless you did want to have the session in person. But I think for the pay-as-you-go option, just online is probably the easiest, as it is only just going to be an hour. So for the 3-month and 6-month programs, ideally what I'd like to try and do with clients is book them on the exact same day and time for every 2 weeks that I see them. It's not necessarily required, but it certainly, I think, just makes things a lot easier when booking. It just means then that I know that there's not going to be any conflictions with another client that I've got or maybe work that you've got. But again, it's not necessarily required. As you've paid for the services, I am then happy to try my very best to book a time and date that works for both of us. So if though you do find that you need to reschedule, so let's say you have actually booked a date in for 2 weeks time, and then maybe a week later or so, you've had some news or some other plans and stuff have come up, then do please try to give me at least 48 hours notice, because then at least I can try and book in another client to take your time slot. Also, try not to book dates and times that you feel that you're not going to be able to commit to. I don't want to be messed around, and I most certainly don't want to mess around yourself or any of my other clients. So when you do plan to book a time slot in, please try and commit to it. I really don't want to have to be dealing with someone who's going to be constantly cancelling, even though I am incredibly sympathetic that, things happen in life and things get in the way and things certainly need to be rescheduled. But if it does start happening constantly and the excuses feel like they're getting worse and worse, I most certainly don't want to work with someone who isn't going to be able to commit to the program that I'm doing with them. And if it does feel like that time is being wasted, then most certainly you will get warnings to say like, look, can you please only book in sessions that you can commit to? Otherwise, please don't yet book in a session. Otherwise, after that, if I've had to give you 2 warnings because of cancelling for whatever silly reason, such as if you say that you've forgotten or whatever, then unfortunately after that, I will start counting wasted sessions as sessions that you've paid for. So do please be committed to the program if you are thinking of working with me. And again, I am sympathetic to, stuff happens in life, but if stuff keeps happening like every time we keep booking a session, then there's something that's not quite right there. And we then probably need to have a chat about, am I the right person to work with you? Are you actually in the right place or headspace to be able to do this coaching and work on your YouTube channel? And then otherwise, worst case scenario, then we may then have to look into the cancellation policy side of things, and then I may have to let you go. But obviously, I do not want to do that. I really want to help you to get the best results possible. So please, if you are thinking of booking sessions with me, and certainly if you have paid and then you are at the stage of scheduling sessions in with me, please do commit to them to the best of your ability. And as long as you're honest with me about like reasons why you've cancelled, then I don't mind. But it can't keep happening. Once in a while, sure, or once or twice, sure. But if it starts going past two, then I do have to kind of question if you're potentially wasting both of our time. So I won't leave it there on a bad note. But that is pretty much everything that will take place during the process of scheduling sessions. Everything will be done via email. We'll then book in to have our Zoom calls or in-person chats, and then make sure that you are committed to having the session with me. But if you do need to cancel for whatever reason, do please give me notice. But if there is so many cancellations, I will see it as that you are wasting time, and I will have to start counting them thereafter. After I've given you warnings and you agree, that then sessions will have to be used up if cancellations keep on continuing, because I want you to get results and I want you to do well. But that only happens if you actually turn up to the sessions. So thank you very much for watching. In the next video is everything to do with my cancellation policy. So if for whatever reason you did decide that you needed to stop having the sessions with me, then you have a full understanding on what my process is with that as well. And if you are thinking of booking any sessions with me and scheduling some stuff in, then definitely check out my details in the description, or head to cameradan.co.uk, where you can see a list of my services, my prices, everything that I have available, how I work with my clients as well. And definitely head to my testimonials page, where you can hear from a huge selection of coaches and experts and professionals what it was like working with me, the kind of results that they got, and just my professionalism as well. So certainly, without sounding biased, definitely check them out, and I'm sure you'll be pleased. So thank you very much for watching, and check out the next video based on cancellations.